Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are gonna have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we're trying to do today is we're playing Raff's Angels. So Raff Capashen or Capashen, I've heard it called a lot of different things, but it's 3/3 flash flyer. You can, and it says you may cast historic spells as though they had flash. So if you guys don't remember what historics are, it's artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. We don't have any sagas in here, but we do have tons of legendaries and a couple of artifacts that are also legendaries, most of them, all of them actually. And what we're trying to do is we're playing kind of flash flyers. We're playing all the flyers as well as all the angels in Jeskai. So Feather, Shalai, Aurelia, and Lyra. We actually don't have the Resplendent Angel. I didn't feel like it fit quite as well in the deck because we're wanting to hit our legendaries. Very, very important for our deck because we have Urza's Blast, we have Jaya's Immolating Inferno, which is actually really good with Feather because you can target your own creature as long as it's 3 or less, or if you have a Gideon out, you can do it however much you want to. There's a Gideon. And you can use Jaya's Immolating Inferno to kind of just bring it back over and over again. You can do it instant speed as long as we have a Raff out. And it's a really cool card that works really well with Feather. So in Feather, with this deck, because we are playing so many legends, we had to tone down. We can't play 4 copies of everything because of the legend rule, which says you can't have 2 copies of the same name as long as they're both legends. One of them has to go, basically. And so what we're trying to do with this deck is playing kind of a mid-range style deck where we're playing a lot of things that do work well with Feather, but because we were only running 3 copies of it, we didn't want to overload our deck with it. So we have 2 Defiant Strikes, 2 Reckless Rages, which I think is right. We have 1 Mox Amber, and I cannot spoke right. That's okay. Tomic, I love in this deck because I've just been really impressed with Tomic overall. A 2/3 flyer is very awesome, and because we're playing Black Blade Reforged, it is one of my favorite combos to get off with Tomic is to get a Black Blade Reforged onto Tomic, swing in with just a 5/6 on turn 4 or 3 or whatever, and especially if we get Mox Amber, we can do it pretty quickly. And anyway, there's some really fun things that we can do with this deck, and otherwise we're just playing a lot of good things. And once we get Raff out, then we can just flash in everything. We can, instant speed Urza's Ruinous Blast, which is one of the best things. I did have 3 copies initially, but I felt like we were a little high on the 5-drop slot with Lyra, and so I decided to bring in a Solar Blaze because it works well with everything except for Raff and Lyra. Everything else in our deck survives a Solar Blaze, which each creature deals damage to itself or equal to its power to itself. And so that's pretty much the deck. Otherwise, the Shalai and 1 Spark Double because we might just want an extra copy of whatever else is out on the battlefield. Like another Shalai would be amazing. So we are throwing in the 1 Spark Double kind of as the 3rd copy of Shalai or Aurelia because I didn't know which one to choose, and I felt like Spark Double give us a possibility to have an extra Lyra, to have just a lot of extra fun things. So let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how this goes, and wish me luck. Before we jump into the gameplay, a quick thanks to Fusion Gaming for sponsoring this video. Be sure to head over to FusionGamingOnline.com for all your Magic the Gathering needs. Check the link in the description below. All right, up against Despair. Bring it on. Despair, disgrace. Actually, I don't know if that's the words, but oh man. I feel like every time I've played this deck, I either have red or blue mana, but never both. We're going to keep this, though, because we do have 3 lands. We need to get to those 3 lands to really play this. So let's go... I guess we pay for Hallowed Fountain in case we get to use this Dovin's Veto. Yeah, let's go ahead and stop them from drawing. That's fine. And Hallowed Fountain tap, pass the turn. The fact that we fired it off so quickly against them will probably make them think twice about playing something better. All right, Radical Idea, that's fine. And let's bring down Blast Zone and pass the turn. We were going to flash in a Raff Capashen on their turn. And we're looking very much like a... what's it called? Okay, Tormenting Voice, like a control deck at the moment. Which we kind of are. Like we have control pieces in here. All right, bring down Raff. Raff is so good. All right, do we want to... I'm trying to think how we want to do this. All right, so let's... Glacial Fortress. We have Urza's Ruinous Blast. Man, we have... This is so good. All right, swing in and pass the turn. And we're going to flash in Lyra on the end step. Crackling Drake, fine. It's a 4/4. Draws a card, totally fine. Flash in Lyra. And then we're going to Aurelia, pump the Lyra, and great shape. All right, so let's go Mox Amber. Just to show that we might be holding up a counter here. So Aurelia comes down. Next, pump the Lyra. Swing in with Lyra. Maybe holding up Urza's Ruinous Blast might have been better. But the 7 damage, giving it Vigilance as well, is not too shabby. And I don't think they have discard in this. So let's go ahead and pass the turn. We're still showing that we might have like an Absorb or something up here. So this is Crackling Drake. That's fine. Yeah, so this Urza's Ruinous Blast should just win us the game. All right, perfect. So Urza's Ruinous Blast. And bam! Oh, it's so good. Oh, dude, I love this deck so much. It's so fun. All right, up against Brad. I'm bringing on Bradley. And, man, I don't know what happened. My hand has been going numb on me, and it's a little bit awkward. Oh, man. This could be good. You know, I'm going to keep this. This is an awkward keep, especially with Tomic, not even a second white source. I've been debating with these Mobilized Districts. They work so well with our deck because we have so many legends that it makes sense for us to play them. So I have 2 of them. We are only running 2 Izzet lands, and everything else has white in it. And so, besides, I think, a couple basics. But we should pretty much always be having 2 white mana by turn 3 at the least, you know? If we draw our lands, I guess. There we go. Okay, Glacial Fortress. A little bit awkward. We might be bringing down our Gideon for next turn. Let's see if they have... Yeah, here's a Thought Erasure. Totally fine. Totes fine. And I'm not sure what they take here. I'm fine playing Tomic or the Gideon. Gideon, of course, is better. So yeah, they take Tomic. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, there's an Absorb. Do we want to hold up Absorb or get down Gideon? Let's get down Gideon. I do think it's going to be better here for us. Tick up. Because we might want the ability to exile something along the way. Thought Erasure, yep, takes probably Raff. Aurelia is good. Takes the Absorb, okay. Doesn't hit the land drop. Ooh, oh man, that's bad. All right, well, let's just tick up and swing in.
Your light will cleave the darkness.
Down to 14 and pass the turn. Unfortunately, Gideon... This is the issue with legendaries, is that if you draw duplicates, it's very bad. Well, they are just holding up an Absorb, it looks like. That's totally fine. Pass to my turn. Pay 2 life here. Tick up. Now we have the exile ability anytime. Oh, I should have Mobilized District first, actually. Can't actually destroy it, so that's totally fine. It's indestructible.
Prepare for battle.
All right, well, down to 5, and I was going to hold up something else here, but we did just bring him down to 5. There's a Teferi, so they're going to bounce the Gideon.
You show remorse, I'll show destruction.
And opponent scoops it up. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. All right, up against Sleeper, bringing on Sleeper. And we are playing Raff's Angels again. Man, I can never have white and blue mana. Just, it's not possible. Black-White Reforge is kind of interesting with Gideon. We're going to be able to have a big boy, but we have to equip it every turn. I do believe it becomes unequipped once it becomes a Planeswalker again. I've never actually tested it out, but I'm pretty sure that's what the rules are. All right, mulliganing down to 6. That's totally fine. Play the Sacred Foundry tapped, pass the turn. We care enough to get this Blackblade Reforged down now. I think we're okay with that. So yeah, let's Clifftop Retreat and Blackblade Reforged and pass the turn. We do have a lot of pieces, a lot of things we have on curve, so I'd rather try to curve out here. We'd love to find blue mana at some point. No such luck. All right, well, Gideon, does it resolve? It does resolve, and we will tick up, submit 0 because it can't target itself, and pass the turn. Disinformation campaign. All right, let's get rid of... Is it Raff here? Raff just does nothing at the moment. So, get rid of Raff. Ooh, Tomic. Swing for 7 or Tomic. I guess we play Tomic, right? Make you indestructible, dude. Even though it doesn't really matter here. All right, swing in for 4. And pass the turn, and I'm hoping they have a handful of cast downs. But as of right now, we still have a very aggressive deck, or a board state here. We're going to be able to gain some life. Okay, Gleaming Overseer, totally fine. Well, they have blockers for this guy now. Man, we would love to find land. All right, well, equip Tomic. Shalai would be really good here. Now we tick up, give him... Lifelink, not Vigilance. I think Lifelink's going to be better. Because this is looking like an Amass deck. Not even blocking. All right, cool. Down to 7. And we can exile Disinformation campaign on the next turn if we wanted. I guess they can attack Gideon. Eldest Reborn. Okay. Do we kill Gideon here? Yeah. Swings in. Another Blackblade Reforged. Well, that's... Man, we have had some poor running here. They have to have removal to kill this, though. Pass the turn. Come on. Let's find something good. Discard a card. Second Blackblade is not worthwhile. That is one nice thing about having Legends, though, is that it's pretty clear what things you're wanting to discard, because you tend to have nothing to play with it. And, man, come on, give us an extra land or... All right, opponent scoops it up. We did finish it off, but kind of awkward running for us there. All right, up against a Rager. I'm bringing on Rager. And, dude, I don't think I ever finished what I was saying before, but I have, like, a knot or something in my elbow. Do we keep this for Feather and Reckless Rage? I guess so. But it's made my entire hand, like, numb every time I've been playing. I don't know what's going on today. All sorts of funky. But I mean, this can be really fun. And that's the dream, is just to make this really fun. If they do play a bunch of like 1 toughness creatures, then or 2 toughness, then we might just try to go with the Immolating Inferno instead over Reckless Rage. Reckless Rage is nice because I can do it on our turn and their turn, as long as we don't do it on their end step. Or our end step technically as well. But all right, what you doing there? All right, so yeah, Clifftop Retreat, tap, pass a turn. We're going to play both of those into Island and Feather. Oh, wait, no, we have to have... We can't actually play Feather unless we find another white source here. So, Hollowed Fountain is what we're looking for here off the top. That would be the bestest. Sacred Foundry works, though. All right, pay 2 life, Feather. Pass the turn. If they're not playing any creatures, then we're just going to flash in Raff. All right, so Island and swing in. And the nice thing about Jaya's Immolating Inferno as well is we can also go face every time as well. So pass the turn, and it's only up to 3 targets. So we basically can keep targeting them over and over again. It's basically 3 damage every turn, but it spends all of our mana. A little bit awkward there. But I'm interested to see how well this works with it. All right, so Wilderness Reclamation. Let's go ahead and flash in Raff now. just in case they're holding up an Elvish Mystic or something like that. Lyra is good. Swing in for 6. And do we want to flash in Lyra now? Yeah. They might have an Elvish Mystic, but that's fine. Yeah, they're or Frilled Mystic, sorry. All right, down to 11. Next turn we get to Immolating Inferno. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. A Tameo.
The moon looks intriguing tonight. Seek and find.
So we're probably going to try and Reckless Rage first, just to see if we can get a counter out. Maybe not. I guess this guy doesn't really matter much. They're probably not going to worry about him. Okay, Mobilized District is nice. And Swing Face here. I mean, I think we technically have lethal with this Immolating Inferno, so we're going to go for it. Okay, down to 5, and oh, this is X4. So let's just do it on their turn. We only want to do it X3, so let's Reckless Rage. I want them to counter something here so that we can get a better Immolating Inferno. All right. And we only want to do it for 3, though, so pass the turn. Bring the Reckless Rage back to our hand. And yeah. Okay, Ops. So now we know that they don't have a Frilled Mystic available. Let's go ahead and... Well, I guess we can wait until Wilderness Reclamation starts. They know that we have Reckless Rage, although it shouldn't be able to do anything, so now they know that we have a trigger of some sort. What are they choosing here? That means that they found it, right? God Eternal Kefnet. Loses a Jace. Uh-oh. Play this. Actually, I guess... let's actually cancel. I guess we played on their end step. Now. Here, yes. So it targets Feather, so then we get the Immolating Inferno back. Which we already had another one, so we didn't necessarily need to do it, but we get to hit Tameo. Man, Immolating Inferno, actually a pretty cool card. All right, so Sinister Sabotage. We do have another one in hand. And let's swing in first. I'm guessing they have a Root Snare of some sort here. Come on, swing there. 2 attackers. Okay, Root Snare, and then we get to play this for 5. There we go. Whoo! Oh man, that was beautiful. I am a big fan of the Immolating Infernos. Being able to get that back every turn. I mean, if you ever do it too much that you can't keep the Feather around, of course it doesn't work, but 5 mana, deal 3 to 3 targets over and over and over again is and doing it instant speed as well. Not too shabby, with a Raff, of course, but yeah, that was really fun. All right, so there you guys have it with Raff's Angels, and I hope you guys enjoyed the deck. Please put it down in the comments below what you guys think of it. Overall, I think this deck performed really well. We kept running into issues with finding our colors, which is really weird because I feel like we should be able to do pretty well with it. I am pretty heavy with white because we are very heavy white in this deck. You guys can see the numbers here. 27 white sources and then 12 red. So I don't know. I'm not sure if there's really a way to fix this. Maybe going down the mobilized districts, because I felt like we kept running into those when we were needing a second white source with this. And but overall, we still did really well with the deck. We had lots of good pieces. Even when the games we were winning, that we ended up winning, we had even more pieces if they decided to try to come back somehow. Like we were just dominating the games we were winning. And I think that this deck has a lot of good pieces in it. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.